Valorant has a serious problem when it comes to its reward tier and generally incentivizing players to play the game itself. Now, it is 2 years old now, but vast changes are still technically possible, and I would like to talk about my thoughts and maybe what I'd like to see from Valorant in the future to help battle the general fatigue that players are going to start feeling around the 2-year mark. Now, first, we need to understand what Valorant does right, what it doesn't do that great but is still in the game, and then go from there. And to explain what I mean by a reward system, right now if you boot up Valorant and you play, what is the game giving back to you for your progression? Now, the number one and probably one of the best systems in the game is of course ranked. But let's just, let's say someone wants to play casually but still want to be addicted, or they're fatigued from rank for a little bit. What else does the game give you? And this is where it falls off pretty heavily, because you have a battle pass that you have to pay for. You have a level system which displays your level and means absolutely nothing. You literally get nothing for leveling up. They have an entire system and border in place for no reason. But then finally, you'll also have the agent passes, which are arguably one of the best parts in progression for newcomers. Now, I know for us who've been playing for a while, it doesn't matter, but I will touch on that in just a second. If you are a new player, you can choose an agent, you grind towards an agent, which obviously changes the game a lot, and you get some free goodies along the way. So in my opinion, the agent progression system is one of the best in the game, but how can we fix everything else? Well, I'll tell you after this. This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. This game has set the bar extremely high. It is globally renowned, and if you haven't played it, you must be living under a rock. It set the bar extremely high in terms of standards. It's the first mobile game to bring console quality straight to your mobile device. Now, the top 3 most badass champions, I gotta talk about them. The first one is Kalia. This Viking-looking hero has one of the coolest abilities, as she can hit 3 enemies all at once and apply HP burn. The next one is Kyoku. Spider look, she can actually apply protection to her allies and use abilities that are so satisfying to watch, let's be honest. The last one is Mithrala Lifebane. By far one of the coolest designs. I mean, just look at these abilities. I don't even want to speak in specifics because I personally love the mystic design that they have going for her. But one of the biggest news in Raid is that they just released the brand new faction, the Sylvan Watchers, and this faction looks so cool. They're forest elves, ants, druids, and fays, and they're all here ready to be summoned by you guys. And the aesthetic on these are so freaking cool. They even added a Forge Pass, which now brings some of the most powerful gear in the game ever. But the best thing of all, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can get your exclusive rewards in Raid right now. Look at these things on screen. They're crazy looking. And if you haven't started playing Raid yet, click my link in the description or scan my QR code here on screen and you'll get a unique bonus worth up to $30 freaking dollars, including an epic champion, Vergus, 200k silver, 1 energy refill, 1 XP boost, and 1 ancient shard. Thank you again to Raid for sponsoring this video. Well, the first thing I want to talk about is actually expanding upon the agent system. I think it's really cool that you can go from level 1 to 5, unlock the agent, then from 5 to 10, which then unlocks a special gun. Here's my next proposal. We go from 10 to 15. However, those levels, the experience only counts if you're actually playing the agent. So if I want to go from level 10 to 15 on Jet, I have to be playing Jet, and then those games are automatically counted towards that little final 5 battle pass. Have the XP scale with performance, so the better you play on Jet, the faster you get through it, and by the final one, give us maybe a Jet gold gun. Now yes, this is a little bit yoinked from Overwatch with a little bit of a twist. Overwatch, when you play the game, you get competitive points that then you can use to buy whatever gold gun you want on any hero, regardless if you play them or not. However, this way, you actually have to put in the hours, and you can make it quite the grind. I think people would be okay with it, even if you made it quite a lot of XP per level to get the last 5 levels, all the way to the specific agent gold gun. And it can even be, to be honest, even though this is lazy and I would prefer something special, it could still be, let's say, Jet's Sheriff, that same skin in a gold variant with a little bit more blaze and blaz, or flash, I guess, and people would probably grind it. At least I would. The next thing would be the overhaul of the Battle Pass. I think Valorant's Battle Pass is quite scummy, to say the least, but not to anyone towards the art team or anything like that. I don't mean the visuals fully. I'm talking about the setup on the business side, in which they do not have control over, the art team specifically. It's just about the fact that the Battle Pass is there to serve Radiant for the overpriced skins in the game. The truth be told is most people purchase the Battle Pass to actually get Radiant to then purchase the more expensive skins and use it there, and it is quite a terribly self-fulfilling system. It is actually heartbreaking how bad it is, because what should be happening is they should take a lot of notes from Fortnite. And I know you guys are going to scurry away like, oh my god, it's Fortnite. No. Hear me out for a second. With Fortnite, like it or not, hate the game or love it, it has the best battle pass in gaming. All these skins are quite high quality. You get stuff that people genuinely want. Some of the biggest collabs in the game go to the battle pass. And on top of that, you earn currency, which then you can use to buy the next battle pass. And it is a subject that has been touched on. But the fact Valorant, like at first when it was touched on, I thought, well, who cares? You don't have to purchase stuff. But then the more I thought about it, the more I realized, instead of $10 needing to be spent on Radiant for the Battle Pass, it'll be spent to unlock a progression and reward system that will actually be addicting. I mean, think about it. Instead of grinding to level 50, which takes some time for a knife that basically no one wants because there's no animations and it's the 50th axe with no effects at all, you up the ante on the skins a little bit. At least one of the skin lines become almost tier premium, and you let people get currency that lets them buy the next battle pass. And all of a sudden, those player count numbers, I believe, are going to be more consistent and higher, because now you're grinding towards things you really want and the chance to buy the next battle pass, which is just so self-rewarding, because now your performance and those XP are going into something tangible, be it real world currency that you know has value or skins that you love. And it's weird because it's something I never really defended beforehand, since it's strictly skins, but it's more about that reward and progression system for just playing the game, right? In the end, when you play Valorant, you are only benefiting Riot. In return, you are hopefully entertaining yourself, but Valorant works on a pretty basic system. It is round to round, game to game, without much changing. So without reward system outside of the game, there's not much progression, right? It's not a story-based game where every day when you play, you're progressing something. That does not exist in Valorant outside of Ranked, and Ranked can be mentally fatiguing. Everyone knows this. I'm pretty sure you can probably find some sort of scientific proof that it is. Any sort of competitive thing in nature will end up becoming grindy, fatiguey, and eventually draggy over time. So I've cleared two major things that I believe would be a genuine, amazing overhaul. I have a lot of doubt in Riot on the business side to make it happen. One, of course, being a more rewarding battle pass, and two, being a next tier system to the already great agent tier, or I guess agent battle pass system. I don't really know what to call it. Agent level system. There you go. The next thing we need to address is the fact that you can level up in Valorant, like the actual number of your level goes up from like 20 to 200 all the way to 400 with a border and everything, and they have no tangible value. In Overwatch, they had also the border, but you actually got loot boxes, which no longer exists. So Blizzard actually just scrapped the level system because they also know it has no tangible reward. Valorant, I would prefer you actually keep the level system, but maybe add a tangible reward to it. And okay, nothing kills me more than the fact all they have to do is look over to their neighboring game owned by Riot themselves, League of Legends, which has a system called the Hextech system that allows you to get real full-tier skins on somewhat of a gambling system, but still allows you to get real full-tier skins in the game. And it's absolutely hilarious that it's not in Valorant, but to be fair, it wasn't in League and it was introduced years later. So I have my fingers freaking crossed that Riot will add something like this. Imagine as you level up every, let's say 10 levels or 20 levels or whatever they want to make the grind, you get a certain key, you use this key to open a chest. This chest has a chance to either give you some sort of currency or a skin itself. And the biggest thing is, I know that a lot of people don't like this like loot box system. However, if it is grindable for free, it is still, in my opinion, a progression system, because you get this little bit of a high. Let's say you're level 39, one more level, that's 10 levels over. You get a little bit of a high that you can actually get an amazing, let's say, operator skin that you've always wanted. The chance is low, and you probably won't, but you get that dopamine hit or that rush without spending money, and instead it's rewarded through a progression system. Those are all my thoughts, but we'll see where Valorant ends up.